What's up, guys? So in this video, I'm going to talk about the 4 types of offers I recommend for your men's coaching business. And for the purpose of this video, I'm going to define an offer as a coaching experience that solves a clearly defined pain point and may include access to you in a one-on-one setting, in a group, as part of your community, and may include access to resources you have created in the form of videos, templates, written content, and workbooks. All right, so these are the 4 kinds, and then I'm going to get into why I like each one and in what context I recommend using each of them when they're most appropriate. So we have your one-on-one offer, your group offer, lead magnets, and workshops. So let's start with the one-on-one offer. So the way I think about the one-on-one offer is, so you have a clearly, like you've gotten clarity on exactly who you help and what kind of problems you help them solve, like kind of your big picture mission. You know what your coaching is about, you know what you're passionate about doing and serving. And then the one-on-one really is just, what's the very best way that you can help somebody? Like, somebody comes to you, they're seeking the exact kind of transformation that you're passionate about facilitating, that you're qualified to do, that you feel a calling to work with. And then really, how can you best help that person when you kind of strip away any ideas about like the business, scalability, things like that? Just what is the very best way you can help this person? And probably it's going to involve meeting with them one on one on a consistent basis, maybe in Zoom, maybe even in person if you happen to be located in the same place, but probably most of the time in the form of like ongoing one on one video calls. Now, are there some kind of resources that you can include along with these one-on-one calls, like maybe some pre-recorded videos, some workbooks, really whatever is the very best way that you can help this person? That's how I like to think about the one-on-one. And you can define it in terms of like a length of time, like a 3-month program tends to be what everybody does. I think that's a good amount of time to really create a powerful transformation in somebody's life. So you could get into the details of like how many sessions does this involve, but really it's just, what's the very best way you can help this person achieve the transformation, working directly one-on-one, you being kind of their mentor, their guide. And that's it. That's the one-on-one. It's usually a high ticket offer, so you can sell 1 or 2 of these a month and make a great living, and it's a beautiful thing. So next up, we've got the group coaching offer. So this is where you get your guys together in a group. Maybe it's a weekly meeting. There's a community aspect, like a school group or a Facebook group or a WhatsApp group, someplace where you guys can congregate and share. And I think that that's such an important component of it, like beyond the weekly meetups or however often you choose to meet up, is if you're if you're in touch on an ongoing basis, supporting each other, keeping each other accountable. These are some of the things that I love about the group coaching model, and especially in men's coaching, where we're seeking tribe, we're seeking connection, we're seeking what's the word, like kind of like colleagues in this experience of life. So a great group coaching experience, the other members of the group enhance the experience of the individuals in the group, and you as the coach is kind of like you're facilitating this experience, but all the men are coming together in the group and really benefiting each other. And so there's no clear answer as to when to launch your group coaching offer. You could do it at the very beginning potentially, but what I found is that you do need to have kind of that critical mass of people who know about you, who are interested in what you're doing, in order to get that core group of men together so that it really comes alive. So when you feel like the time is right in terms of like you have that critical mass, you have enough of an audience, enough people interested, I really recommend you go for launching the group. Sometimes people are a little bit intimidated to do that. I know before I ever did group coaching, I was concerned like I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know what to say, things like that. And when I went for it, I discovered that I loved it. And it's actually I find it more fun and more fulfilling in a lot of ways than the one-on-one. Um, it's all, there's a lot of benefits to it from a business point of view as well, because it's scalable and things like that. But I think it's a really beautiful experience, particularly in the men's coaching space, because of that group dynamic, that tribe dynamic, where you come together, you support each other, you keep each other accountable, you keep each other on track with accomplishing your goals. So that's the second type of offer I recommend, is the group coaching offer. Next up, we have the lead magnet. So you've probably heard this term, maybe if you're brand new to internet marketing, basically it's a free gift that you offer your audience in exchange for their email. And I've had people pop up and say, well, it's not really free if you're asking for their email, but that's what it is. It's basically almost like the smallest ask you can ask from your audience is, hey, just get on my email list and I'll hook you up with this free resource. And it's really awesome for so many different reasons. Like, for one thing, when somebody takes that step and they opt in to access your lead magnet, your free resource, that's a clear, like, sign or a communication that they're interested, that they have a desire, a pain point. They're kind of primed to potentially become a client of yours. And so that's like their way of raising their hand and say, hey, I like what you're doing, I'm interested in enough to take that next step, to kind of invest, not necessarily taking their wallet out, but they're willing to take a little micro action to get a little bit more involved in you and your world. Also, by them accessing the lead magnet, you are providing them with something that's probably a little bit more long form, or some sort of a resource that you've put together, where they're going to get more, they're going to spend some of their time getting more involved in your work, and kind of like get further along in the relationship of getting to know, like, and trust you, becoming familiar with your material. So that's a real benefit as well. um, Obviously, growing your email list is one of our main objectives in our kind of our marketing uh, initiatives, so we always want to be doing that. And yeah, I guess those are really the main benefits of the lead magnet. It's a chance for your audience to raise their hand and express that they're interested. It's a chance for your audience to consume something that's longer form content and therefore become more involved in your world. It's a chance for you to grow your email list. And yeah, I really recommend launching. I like to do one lead magnet a month. That's my personal schedule, and I really love that. And then lastly, we have the workshops. So workshops are so powerful. Back in the day, people used to do webinars. I don't know if people really are doing webinars anymore. I feel like nowadays everybody knows that there's a big sales pitch coming at the end of a webinar. I suppose there's probably still people out there making millions of dollars doing webinars, but workshops have kind of, in some ways, taken the place of the webinar. And I think that the workshop includes more valuable information in it. And the way I love to use workshops is, once in a while, typically once a month, I will spend some time and I'll put together a presentation, and it's kind of my newest ideas, or it's maybe an aspect of my overall system that I want to really put together a really, like, thorough presentation on. And then I'll let my audience know. I'm sure you've heard me. I've probably DM'd you at some point saying, hey, I've got a workshop coming up. And what I love about the workshop, it's like multi, it's stacking functions, you could say. So I'm offering my audience a low ticket offer, meaning it's a chance for them to invest in my work, but it's a very low commitment. It's not like they're signing up for a high ticket offer or something, a long-term commitment. It's just a one-time thing where they can get a chance to sample what it's like to work with me. And so then they're kind of over the money line. So once somebody's bought a ticket to the workshop and had a great experience, they're much more likely to invest in one of your more premium offers. Another thing about the workshop is then I take the recording of the workshop, I put that in my community, which I host in school, and that becomes another training module in my library of training modules that are available to my community. So that's growing over time, and it's now like this. I'm really proud of it. It's this large, I think, maybe about 7 hours at this point worth of recorded material that all my clients get access to. That goes over all of my material, and I just think that that really enhances the experience of being my client. So I guess it's really a twofold thing. One, it's a chance. I'm giving my audience a chance to invest in working with me, but it's a low commitment. They buy a ticket, they can try it out. So that's one aspect of it, and then the other aspect of it is I'm creating that recorded resource for inside of my community. So those are the four. I'll just go back here on the slides. Those are the four. Whoops. Those are the four forms of offers that I love offering my people, and that I think all of you men's coaches can really do great things by offering it or implementing these four types of offers in your men's coaching business. So that's it for now, guys. Peace.